What's up, YouTube? This is Justin from Party Rental Knowledge. If you don't know, I help teach bounce house companies and party rental companies a bunch of tips and tricks and stuff about the industry. This is my buddy Adam. Adam, introduce yourself.
Hi, so I'm Adam. I have a YouTube channel called The Tent Guy and other entrepreneur stuff where I teach people about party rental stuff and how to run your company efficiently and just like everything that I can think of where I'll point a camera at my dumb face and record it. I own a party rental company, a restroom trailer company, and a company that deals with caterers like dishes and stuff. They all kind of roll into one. So when a customer comes, they don't really know that there's three different companies. And then I also own a huge giant Airbnb that we rent out to people, and they can also have events there. Like they can do it inside in a 50-person dining room, or they can do it outside in a tent that they can get from anyone, but they usually get it from us. That's me.
So I actually started YouTube because I kind of got the courage from Adam because he's doing such a good job with all the tent stuff, and he doesn't own bounce houses. I don't think that he's going to. If he could find somebody else in his area to do it for him, he might buy them. but that's about it. You know what I mean? He's done stuff like that before. But I actually was a Patreon of his at first, not to learn how to do tents. Mainly to kind of talk to him and bounce ideas off him that what I was thinking. And most of the time he's just like, yeah, you're right. But there's the benefit is Adam actually lives 3 hours away from me in New York. He lives in Utica around that area, and I live in Buffalo. And there's a lot of laws that are statewide for businesses. And I can specifically ask him like wild stuff like for New York. And that really that was very beneficial to me, besides the fact that most of his stuff is geared towards party rental stuff. So it really benefited me, especially because I was in New York. Right?
Yeah. And then you came out one day and worked, which was very helpful because I had a girl who had a broken leg who was filling in. Well, we got her because we needed someone, and she sucked. She was horrible. And that day, if we had to use her, it would have just been the worst day of my life. So it was good that you were there that day.
It was fun. I just wanted to hang out. I wanted to bring the bounce house, and I got my nervousness stuff off camera and stuff like that. I was really nervous on camera.
Right.
So kind of shed that real quick, and now I can make some valued content for you people, like this video today. So right. I did a couple interviews already. It's not I want to do a bunch of these. I'll do a different type of interviews for tent companies, like maybe some people that are just in the business but don't have their own channels and stuff. But this is a little series I'm doing with all the people that are on YouTube or on social media, are pretty much well known, and trying to just basically ask them about their 2020 year. So we'll get right into it, and we'll say, what was your biggest success this year? Like, what did you do right?
Well, I wasn't meaning to do anything right. But the biggest success is, even though there was less work overall, the year was more profitable. And that's mostly because I didn't have to buy things. I had a few long-term rentals, but that only added up to like $20,000. I'm not doing big sites like some of these people making hundreds of thousands a month with all these sites all over the place. I only had 2 long-term sites. So that didn't really add to it. Added to it was people were not ordering the stuff that is annoying, like Shivari chairs take up a whole truck when someone orders 200 of them. So you got to take 2 trucks out or 2 trips. Basically, they weren't ordering the annoying stuff. Everyone was just ordering the basic wedding stuff. And I'm in the Adirondacks, so when I say basic, to me, it's a tent, tables, chairs, the white padded chairs, but also part of my basic is fruitwood chairs and fruitwood farm tables. And that's not basic for everyone everywhere, but no one was ordering Shivari chairs. No one was ordering giant frame tents up on 3rd floor balconies. Everything was just like back into someone's yard and go. So, and I didn't have to buy that much, like I said. So the year overall was more profitable, and it made me think, I just got to get rid of some of this stuff. I can't be the dude who they call and I just say, yes. Yeah, we'll get you a clear tent. Yeah, we'll get you entire flooring in there. Yep. If I say no to them, it doesn't matter because next week someone's going to call me for that same tent without the flooring.
you're an established spot now. You're not growing like me. I don't say no because I don't want to lose a customer. I'm growing business. I need to get my name out there. But
Right.
you've been there for years, and no matter what, your name's going around in circles.
Yeah, and every time that I tried to get the fancier thing, like I bought a sailcloth tent and then no one wanted it because it was 3 times the rental price, also 3 times to buy. In my area, like I knew my area is not like a rich area.
Mhm.
But there, if it went out 4 or 5 times a year, that was going to be good. But it just really didn't. So I sold the sailcloth tent, and people call for a clear tent, and I mean, what's the point? I could have a clear tent, and it's going to sit on the shelf, go out once a year. So this big thing I learned this year, the success was more profit by sticking to the basics. So I'm going to try to stick to the basics next year. And if it doesn't work out, then, I can rebuy those Shivari chairs. I can rebuy some stage. It's not life or death. I'm still making money off of all the, just the normal everyday things. And if I want to one day expand again, then I can get that stuff easily.
So what do you regret most this year?
It's nothing crazy. The thing I regret most is on the 2 tent sites that I did. One of them was actually multiple tents that came up and down various times. So it wasn't just one tent up, but all my sides got ruined. I didn't have like nasty sides. Everything I have is like wedding quality. So I just had to use those sides, and they're up. It gets cold.
Did you price it to lose those sides?
Well, they did pay for the sides. I didn't really price it, but the amount of time they had it up paid for it.
When I bought that tent, I priced it in because you told me they were going to be trash, so I had to buy them for it. I knew they were.
Yeah, because I told you after I already learned my lesson.
No, but, I think you told. I learned it from your YouTube video in one of your old ones.
Yeah.
I
also didn't know how long these were going to be up. I just thought it was going to be
that's true. 2 weeks and stuff like that. So you throw up wedding sides. You're not about to take down. You know what I mean? You probably just threw whatever sides on there. You're not about to take them down after that point, anyways.
Yeah, but I had to because like I said, I didn't have sidewalls just sitting around that were bad. So they all got ruined. And now I got a bunch of sidewalls on the shelf. So if this coming season I have to do long term, I'm going to tell them, hey, listen, the sidewalls are long term sidewalls. They're a little cracked and whatever.
I got like 2 or 3 that are whatever. You know what I mean? I can throw them up for like a catering tent or something like that, like a crap, like a hidden one. That's the grease fryers are going to go up against.
Right. So that's a lesson to anyone watching. If you do have sidewalls that get messed up and ruined, don't just throw them away. Throw them on a shelf and label them nasty or something, and you're going to get that phone call for the tent that's got to be up 3 months at a construction site or something. Then you have those sidewalls and you're still making money off of them instead of throwing them away.
So I'm going to try and spin off a little bit too, because I did answer these questions in the other videos as well, but I'm also going to answer it in this one, but just a little bit differently too. One of the biggest successes that I did this year was actually getting myself a cheap warehouse and taking the time to, like, I spent a long time just looking for a good spot. And I got a 6-car garage for $550 a month. And it's normally like about like $1,000 for something like that around here. So, and it's like gated in with fenced in and stuff like that. And with security. So security cameras, at least that's not manned security.
Right. Yeah. I got to come
nice.
out and see your setup.
Yeah, it's cool. It's nice over there. But then another thing that would say beneficial for this year is buying all the used equipment, but that was from companies that were planning to like stop and go out, but not from people that were good for the most part.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that were just done. Like I'm done using this equipment for 10 years, but I'm still going to be in the bounce house game, so I'll sell it now. No, they bought maybe new stuff that they were going to sell, that they were going to use the next year, but then they decided to sell.
Right. There was a lot of people downsizing and a lot of people just being done. So it was a good year to buy things.
Yeah, it was good to buy from people being done, not downsizing.
Right.
When they downsize, they just sell their junk for the most part.
Right.
Then as far as like failures goes, I'm trying to learn more about being a boss and managing people, like not jump down somebody's throat because they messed up, but you know what I mean? Or they bring something to my attention that somebody else screwed up. and being all pissed out. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then like, you know what I mean? So it's not really their fault. And I'm messed up. I'm pissed. Sorry for my language, but dang, man. So yeah, that's pretty much one of the biggest failures for this year. It wasn't really a big failure, but it's something I want to work on.
Right.
For the most part for next year. Which brings me to my next question. What are you ready for next year? What are you going to do next year? What's your plan and goal?
Next year, I'm just staying the course, not renting out the crazy dumb things because I'm trying to sell them all, and just do, normal size parties, graduations, small weddings, big weddings. I'm excited. I mean, I hope that the catering comes back. If the catering comes back, then that adds a whole ton of money back into everything because we sent out like no dishes this year. Very few. I sent out the convection ovens only like 2 or 3 times. I had 2 ovens that just sat and did nothing. One oven just went out like 3 times. I had fridges that I needed work on. They kind of broke last year. It's probably just the Freon inside. And I didn't have to bring them to the shop to get fixed this whole year because no one rented them. So actually I should plan on bringing them in to get fixed because I do think catering is going to come back in some capacity. I don't know. It may be a while. It may be fall before it comes back. But if dishes and catering come back, then I'm back to normal. And probably, like I said, this past year was my most profitable. If dishes and catering come back, it's just going to blow everything away.
Yeah. I'm thinking just water slides, man. Water slides are really the move, and bounce house water slides.
Right.
And then as well as if I can get my hands on some more frame tents for long-term break rooms and stuff like that. I think that's go. Are you trying to do that? You're trying to push it all, a market for that at all next year?
No, I don't. I don't really like the long-term stuff. I really hate the phone calls of like, you got to come here or this or that, or things getting, if a tent is up for a long time, the dew in the morning, it can over time mildew it and make it look bad or whatever. I much prefer just going, taking up, taking down. The long term can get messy, but a few here and there were nice, but I don't want a whole ton.
So you're not going to market it because if it happens, you're probably going to get it in your area no matter what anyways.
Yeah, definitely. I want to add another thing that the plan for 2021, we're going to try to get another Airbnb property because the Airbnbs are like 7 days your mortgage is paid and the other 23 days is profit. It's way better than owning a place that you just rent to someone to live in there because you're renting it to them for $1,000. Your mortgage is $700. You're making $300 a month, but that has to be put away for, in case the boiler goes or the roof or whatever. You can't take it.
Or the flies happens.
Right. So an Airbnb is more like income that you can actually take every month. A rental property is more like a long-term investment. Your rental people will be paying off your loan, and in 30 years or whatever, you get to cash that out, and you never actually had to put any money in besides your down payment. So I view rental properties as the long-term investment for retirement. I view Airbnb, the right Airbnbs, not just one that's like $80 a night. I want ones that sleep a bunch of people, and people go there for the week.
It's all about the amenities.
Yeah, an Airbnb like that, like a vacation spot Airbnb, is like that pays your truck payment every month, or that buys you your new motorcycle or whatever, or just extra income.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I don't have the credit yet to do stuff like that. We just go and buying a house or an Airbnb, but I think about it all the time.
Right.
I probably do. I don't look into it. I don't want to do it yet.
You're
still
only
building my business.
25.
Yeah, I'm 25. So
you got time.
I got time, but I don't know. They're not making more land. So
no, but I mean, those properties, they're still going to be there. People
I thought about buying a piece of land and then putting up a pavilion just for a wedding venue / like family reunion type thing.
Oh, dude,
no tables or anything, but then just run a power strip, because there's always like woods or something like near there or something.
Right.
So you just run the power strip from the pavilion going along the woods line or whatever, or along the lines from somewhere out of the way, and then you just put up a bunch of inflatables if you want. You can put up 20 inflatables. Then you start marketing. You can do people's company picnics, and all kinds of stuff. You don't have to set up the tent because you got the long-term structure there.
Yeah, dude. I was listening to a podcast last night. This guy only deals with elopements, weddings that are like $1,200 or less. And the classic sense of an elopement is you just go away and get married. But he kind of just markets small weddings, and he does like 90 to 100 small weddings a year. He includes the food and everything because it's just like, we're going to cook you burgers and hot dogs. You're going to have a small wedding. I think that'd be perfect, like a pavilion and then you're the cook and you just do barbecue food.
Yeah, I would buy the wedding bounce house thing too.
Yeah, and they just have their 50-person elopement, small wedding for under $1,000. Yeah, they have to take care of their dress and the photographer or whatever, but it's just a barbecue in your pavilion, and they basically get to do what they want and have a small wedding.
Here's like my concept too with that, because like you talked about the photographer, which got me into my other idea. So I'm trying to get professional pictures done for my website from a photographer for exclusive right to have them like on a page for a photographer on my website.
Right.
So I'm basically free advertising for them constantly for a company that markets to weddings. So it's not like you're just putting your stuff out there in some weird spot. You're putting it somewhere it would actually be in use. So I've thought about that. I've actually just talked to a couple people about it, and they were about to jump on it. I just never put it into position or anything like that.
Right.
So it's pretty interesting. Have you done anything like that at all, or?
No, I just take pictures offline that best represent the item, and then if I get a good picture of the item set up, then I take it and then switch it out.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea too. Not a bad idea at all.
Yeah.
Well, just plug your channel a little bit. Check out the Tent Guy and other entrepreneurial stuff or things. Was it things or stuff?
Tent Guy and other entrepreneurial stuff. I didn't want to only talk about tents and the event rental business because I do eBay, I do Amazon, I got the Airbnb. So it's mostly geared towards the event rental business. And then there's other playlists about other things. I try to I don't do many of them. Like I just kind of give you updates here and there about my other income streams. That just basically my other income streams, I don't ever touch it. It comes into eBay or Amazon, goes into PayPal or my bank account, gets put in a separate bank account, and then I just put more money on my mortgage. He's got a coin pushing channel too. Yeah, let's not talk about that one, but yeah, I have a coin pushing. I bought a coin pusher because I saw a whole bunch of people watch the coin pushing videos, and I just sit in my basement and pretend that I'm at a casino winning money, and people watch it like crazy. It doesn't make me any money yet.
His channel's doing better than my channel already. It started like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I don't know. And there's some people out there who actually believe that I'm at a casino, but then other people know that it's just a game. They just like watching it. And
yeah, they want to just hear you talk.
Yeah, and I don't have a good answer on why they like. I asked them if it was an ASMR thing or a sleeping thing, and everyone said no. It's just they like watching it. It's fun.
What does that ASMR abbreviate to?
Autonomics is something meridian response.
Okay, you don't know.
The M and the R is meridian response, I'm pretty sure, but it's like certain people when they hear certain noises, like people folding clothes or scratching or whispering or a rabbit eating carrots or whatever, it creates this crazy feeling in their body that if you don't have it, you can't understand it. I don't have it, but the closest thing people have described it to is sometimes you're listening to a song and you get your body kind of melts and you get those goosebumps.
Oh, that's so weird.
But the people who have this response say it's more intense than that.
It's like dopamine, so they need it. They want it. They crave it.
They want it, I guess. I don't know everything about it. I don't have this.
I have ASMR for tents. No, I'm just kidding. That's probably horrible for me to say. All right, let's end this broadcast now, everybody. Like and subscribe. Don't hate me if you're from some type of group that helps those type of people. I'm not a mean person. If you guys want to learn more about tents, me and Adam actually go live on Tuesdays a lot of the time for Tuesday Tent Talk. It's his show. He has a lot of other guests on there, but I'm just that filler content because I got a big mouth.
Yeah, you're the guy between people. So,
but all right, everybody, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Go check out his channel. It's going to be in the description, and hopefully we'll have more of these. So
all right.
have
Sounds
a great
good.
everybody. Remember,
Thanks,
just show up, guys. That's my new slogan. Just show up. It's easy.
All right, just show up, guys.
Just all you gotta do is just show up.
Yeah.